This is a story about survival. Imagine crashing on an alien planet where the only food is your crewmate's human flesh. No rescue coming, just sand, bones, and the people you used to call your crew. But when people start to get hungry, all allegiances go out the window. This is the story of one astronaut and what it takes for him to survive. Warning, this gets dark, but if you make it to the end of this story, you'll know what it takes to survive. Kex shouldn't be on this mission. He's way too green and inexperienced. Watching Captain Bob, Giselle, and Mindy operate the controls as they orbit the gray planet proves that. It's abundantly clear he doesn't know what he's doing. But his father is the admiral, and they have to listen to him. Before they left, his father spoke to him. These veterans, they have experience, but you have something that they don't. What? Kex said. You've got killer instinct. Kex didn't know what his father was talking about, but an expedition on an explorer ship gives you a lot of credit in the Sapiens Empire. Some of the expeditions bring back billions of dollars. We're landing, Captain Bob said. The explorer pierced the atmosphere and flew over the planet. Scanning. Wow. What is it? There's no life. None of it. At all. Vegetation? Are you stupid or something? I said no life. What about, the god crystals? Oh no, they're here. Look. Mindy gasped when Giselle pulled up the god crystal readings. The entire planet was full of them, up to 20 kilos. But that's impossible. Captain Bob's eyes lit up, full of greed. Drinks at the commander ship are on me. Let's party. He landed the explorer on a flat surface, surrounded by strange hills jutting out of the rock. Oh my god. Those weren't hills. They were heads. Heads of giant alien creatures with gaping maws full of razor-sharp teeth. How did that thing walk around? How did that thing eat? The crew laughed. Not to worry, cadet. Those things are long dead. Sensors say about 30,000 years. So if you were a caveman in Africa back on Earth, you'd be in big trouble. And you'll always have us to protect you, Mindy said, nudging Kex with her assault rifle. Crystals are in their mouths, people. Let's go. Kex put on his spacesuit and boosters. He went for the assault rifle, but Captain Bob put his hand on Kex's. Not this time. Let's leave it for now. Giselle and Mindy snickered and boosted off into the distance. But it's protocol to... Listen, I know they give you shit because of who your dad is. And let's be honest, they hate you. But they'll protect you if anything goes belly up. I promise. Captain Bob grabs his assault rifle and closes his helmet's visor. Come on. He boosted out of the ship, following the women, who were jumping 100 feet per step toward the creature's head. Kex boosted after them, wobbling a bit despite his training. The creatures' heads were even bigger than glaciers. They were closer to asteroids or moons. Their maws were full of super sharp bone teeth, and Kex struggled to keep calm. Be brave, cadet. You'll be fine, Captain Bob said on comlink. If there's ever a point to prove himself, it's right now. Kex boosted higher than the others and farther, streaming through the planet's dry yellow sky. He cried out, "Woo!" Flying higher than the others, he could see inside the thing's skull, into its eyes. Even though they were just dust and bone, he felt watched. Captain, are we sure those things are dead? Kex landed next to Giselle and Mindy, who boosted further, annoyed that he caught up with them. Of course, all their organs are gone, so there's no way they can move their bodies. Okay. Finally, the four of them landed in front of the thing's mouth. Okay, who wants to get eaten first? Captain Bob joked. The women laughed. Send Daddy's money first. What? Kex got scared. But I don't have a gun. There's no life readings on the entire planet, cadet. Just use your boosters if anything falls on you. Kex looked into the thing's mouth. High above, on the roof of it, were glowing crystals. What they came here for. So I just grab it? Yeah, go for it. Kex prepped a 500-foot boost. Here goes nothing. Boom. Kex boosted up, higher and higher into the mouth. The bone roof was old and dead, but still he had that feeling. Something's watching me. I'm in something's mouth. If it just closed it, He got to the top of the roof of the mouth and grabbed the crystal, ripping it out of its roots. It was easy, like picking a flower. He boosted down and landed next to Captain Bob, Mindy, and Giselle. Got it, Kex grinned. Mindy and Giselle boosted in the air toward the crystals. May I? Captain Bob said. Sure. Captain Bob held up the crystal to his eyes. Wow, she's a beauty. $50 billion in the palm of my hand. Thanks, kid. Keck smiled a little. Sorry. Sorry? The girls landed. Mandy grinned. These are the biggest crystals I've ever— Bang! Captain Bob shot her through the chest. Giselle pulled her gun. Hey, what are you— Bang! Captain Bob shot her through the leg. Shit! He aimed at her chest. Kex had no time to think. He ran. Kex boosted into the creature's throat. Bam! Bam! They were fighting. The shot hit the booster of Kex's left foot, sending him spinning into the wall. Kex slid down the side of it, faster and faster. Kex pulled out his knife and stabbed into the side of the cliff, slowing his slide down the bottom. High above, Captain Bob boosted and descended towards him. Why would he kill them? Just for money? But there's plenty of crystals to go around. Is he taking it all for himself? Going against the Empire? He must be. Kex would be in his sight in seconds. I'm not trained for this. I'm not— Shut up, he told himself. He will kill you if he finds you. Captain Bob landed and took aim. I really am sorry about this, kid. It's just business. Kex fired his working booster. Blam. He made it out of the way, spinning towards the other side of the mouth. Blam. You can't even fly the ship, kid. Do you want to do me a favor and just die? Blam. Blam. But Kex didn't die. He wrapped his left leg around his right and hit the dirt, boosting deeper into the creature's mouth. Kex started panting, breathing faster and faster. This wasn't a practice mission. He would kill him if he found him. Kill him, just like he killed Giselle and Mindy, who were assholes to be fair, but still dead. He kept boosting deeper and deeper into the bone structure. The little light from the opening of the mouth went away, and he was in pitch darkness. High above, he saw Captain Bob put his headlight on and search for him in the roof of the creature's throat. And Kex reached for his light, but he paused. He can't see me. Kex turned off his booster and waited in the pitch black at the side of the thing's throat. I'm gonna find you eventually. What's the point of hiding? Captain Bob said. He landed on the base of the creature's throat and scoped with his assault rifle. If you gave yourself up and died, that would be really convenient for me. Kex started breathing heavy. He wished he had an assault rifle. Could he boost to the entrance and take Mindy's? No. Captain Bob would catch him. He looked at the knife in his hand. Man, he really wished he got some better training. Come out wherever you are. Captain Bob wandered into the center of the tunnel. Kex, covered in shadow, snuck up on him with his knife in his hand. Here goes nothing. Kex was right next to him. He was about to stab down on Captain Bob's breathing tube when— Ha! Captain Bob smashed him to the ground with his assault rifle and aimed right between his eyes. Sorry, kid. The loudest noise Kex had ever heard emerged from deep within the throat. The entire cave shook, and Captain Bob lost his balance. Kex stabbed Captain Bob in the leg, piercing through his spacesuit. The hole in the suit screamed out in pain, and Captain Bob screamed. The suit went into emergency mode and tried to fill the hole, but it was too late. Captain Bob's skin bubbled and fell off, turning him into a dry skeleton, the exact same as the creature. It was getting darker in the creature's mouth, and that could only mean one thing. Its mouth was closing. He put Captain Bob's booster on his foot, and boom, boosted as hard as he could towards the entrance. Come on! Kex put his boosters on full blast, and just as the creature's mouth closed, he escaped. Kex slid across the desert sand, panting. He looked up at the creature's huge mouth, but it looked dead once again. Like its mouth had been closed for 1,000 years, even though it was just open. Hey, new boy! Kex turned around to see Giselle dragging Mindy away from the mouth, supporting herself with the gun. He boosted over to them and helped carry Mindy to the ship. I thought you were dead. Ditto. Can you boost her over? Kex looked at Mindy. The hole in her chest had been sealed with puncture foam, but she didn't look good. Blood stained her visor from the inside. Of course. Kex boosted high above the desert planet towards the ship. From high above, you can see that the creatures moved. Not so much that it's obvious, but enough to notice. The creatures, even though they're made entirely of bone, are alive. They have to get the hell out of here. Kex went into the Explorer and put Mindy down into the medical bay. As the robots opened her up and started doing surgery, he boosted back towards Giselle. What are you doing here? She's in the medical bay. I'm getting you. You idiot! Whoosh. Behind them, the Explorer took off, leaving them stranded behind. Wait, what? She had the crystal in her suit. After she got healed, she must have... Oh god. High in the sky, the Explorer started piercing the atmosphere, ready to leave them for dead. She just left us? Wouldn't you? Those crystals are worth... It's waking up. Get down! Giselle tackled him just as the ground shook. The creature reached out with a massive hand out to the ship. She can outrun it, right? Giselle looked terrified, not even noticing her bleeding leg. You ever wonder why there's so much crystal on this planet and nobody's gotten it yet? The creature crushed the explorer in its hand, because those things won't let anybody leave with them. Boom. The ship exploded. Mindy! Keck screamed. She was gonna leave us for dead, you baby. Come on. She started dragging herself towards the wreckage. We gotta see what we can salvage. It took them all day to boost to the wreckage. As night fell, the creature went back to its hole to lay down, shaking the earth. The ship's wreckage burned. Kex dug through the remnants. Medical bay gone. Tech gone. Comms gone. Is there anything that isn't burned? Yes. Giselle tossed Kex a half-destroyed meal kit. Ration it. It's your only one. What are we gonna do after? What are we gonna eat? Rich boy, you've probably never been hungry before, have you? Kex thought back to when he was growing up, when he got anything less than perfect grades in military school. His father would lock him in the closet and starve him all weekend. I don't know. You really don't get it, do you? We're stuck here. We're gonna run out of food and probably starve. She sat down on the ground and tossed him her assault rifle. Use it on yourself if you want. I'm gonna try and think of a way out of this. Kex looked at the assault rifle. If he stretched the food for 2 days, he would start starving. Then what would they eat? He remembered the scan of the ship. There's no life at all on this planet. Nothing they can eat. Only one option. Where's Mindy? What does it matter? Kex boosted over to the cockpit. It was beaten to hell, but still sealed. Why? When I killed Captain Bob, the second his skin was exposed to the air, he turned to dust. Our suits are self-hydrating. We have water for a month or two. After our MREs are out, what the hell are we gonna eat? What are you saying? Kex can't believe she was so stupid. What do you think? We... Giselle's eyes widened. Eat her? No. You got any better ideas? Cadet? No. My name's Kex. Our captain tried to kill you, and our other crewmate's dead. There's no Empire anymore. Got that? Giselle swallowed, surprised. She looked at the huge creature in the dirt. There has to be another way. Kex set up an airlock as the sun rose. Giselle told him how. They stood at the edge of it. I'll go first. No, I'll do it. He went inside the cockpit and opened his suit. The red alarm was on, but there was no sound. Must have been destroyed in the crash. Mindy's body was ripped in half. Part on the Explorer's windshield, part still seatbelted into her chair. Kex suppressed a gag and undid her seatbelt. Looking at her legs, you couldn't even see how dead she was. He dragged her legs over to the cryo unit, then tossed them inside. He did the same with the outer cryo unit and her top half. Giselle came in and immediately threw up all over the floor. Try not to do that. Your body's gonna need fluids. Giselle undid her suit, and Kex noticed the wound on her leg was extremely infected. Once Mindy's body was preserved, they waited. Kex rationed out his MRE for 4 days. Giselle saw him finish it. They watched the creatures move around the surface during the daytime, saw them roar at night. What do they eat? What do they want? I don't think they eat anything, Giselle said. But they don't want us to leave. Kex didn't eat anything for 3 days. Giselle ran out of food. Okay, I have to. No, Giselle pointed the assault rifle at him. Don't do it. Kex, starving and exhausted, said, Go ahead, but you have to put me in the cryo bay too, if you want to last a couple more months. Giselle gagged, and Kex went for Mindy's legs. He started a fire in the makeshift airlock, cut them up with a knife, and started cooking them. How long do you cook human flesh for until it's safe to eat? Kex can't believe he's doing this. The whole time, he heard his father's voice. You've got that killer instinct. When he ate Mindy's calf muscle, he knew his father was right. An old voice, like bone scratching on rock, spoke to him. Monkey. Kex fell backwards, the blackened meat almost falling out of his mouth. He swallowed. Who's there? You're a talking monkey, are you not? Far in the distance, Kex could see the moonlit skeleton of the creature. He had the same feeling as before, but now he knew it was real. The thing was watching him. I'm Homo sapiens. We have some similarities with monkeys, I guess. The thing thought it was funny. Why won't you let us leave? Your girlfriend took something that belongs to me. The crystal. Giselle took it the second they found Mindy's body. They had to pry it out of her hands. Kex shook. Are you speaking in my mind? The thing didn't answer. What did you do with Captain Bob?
The monkey whose bones are in my throat?
The creature laughed.
I ate him in a sense, but I don't eat like you eat. Tell me, monkey, what does flesh taste like?
Kex shook. He knew what all sorts of flesh tasted like. Chicken, beef. But now he knows what human tastes like. Burned pork. If I, give the thing that belongs to you back, will you let us go?
Monkey. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah.
The creature laughed. Kex tried to speak to it for hours, but it didn't say anything more. We have to give the crystal back, Kex said. I spoke to the creature. It said it stopped Mindy's ship because of it. Giselle gasped. What? Do you know how much this thing is worth? Is it worth more than your life? So what if we give it back? It's not like we can make it off this rock anyway. It doesn't make a difference. Kex looked down at Giselle's wound. She tied her undershirt around it, but Kex knew it was so infected it was black. Give it to me and it might be able to talk more. Find a way out. Giselle looked at the crystal. But our mission, do you know how close we are? If we can only... Kex put his hand on Giselle's wound. She screamed out in pain. You're not thinking straight. Give me the crystal. Kex grabbed her assault rifle before she did and pressed harder on the wound. She screamed out. Tears filled her eyes. Give it, you bastard. She handed it over. In Kex's mind, he heard the creature laughing. Kex boosted across the desert. In the night, it was a lot easier to see the creatures moving. There was no wind here, no ocean. All the shifting currents and tremors on the planet were just creatures adjusting. When he made it to the creature's mouth, he looked at the crystal. It glowed from the inside. It really is beautiful. He wound it up and threw it into the creature's mouth as hard as he could. There! Are you happy now? The creature laughed.
No. Step into my mouth, monkey. Put it back exactly where you found it.
He looked across the desert to the explorer. He looked up at the stars. It might be the last time he ever sees them. He sighed. He boosted into the creature's mouth. He looked alongside the crystal rock formations, worth more money than all the money in the universe, and found the missing node. He put it back.
Good monkey.
He landed on the creature's bony tongue. Are you gonna let me go now?
Your friend is nibbling on the flesh as we speak. She sneaks it from the other cryo chamber when you are sleeping. When I dream, I see the cosmos. There is a freighter 201 days from where you are. If one astronaut rations 2 bodies properly, they could survive.
Kex almost choked. Could you reach out to it? Could you tell it we're still alive? The creature laughed.
I could, but this is so much more fun.
You asshole.
It's only a matter of time before she kills you. Hunger is a powerful motivator for little monkeys. And you had the boomstick anyway. It's not like she's gonna fight back.
Kex stared at the assault rifle in his hands. If the creature spoke the truth, it was only a matter of time.
What is it your monkey daddy said? You've got killer instinct?
Kex boosted out of the creature's mouth, boosting towards where Giselle lay. He didn't really have a choice. Admiral Fitzwilliam Kexworth IX burst into the medical bay. Where is he? The staff pointed to a man sitting facing away from the door, with a scraggly beard, making small sounds. Kexworth? He pushed past the staff to the man. They were all staring at him in shock. Son? He went to the man, turned him around, and saw Kex laughing his ass off, smiling. Son, are you okay? Kex stopped laughing. He looked into his father's eyes. The Admiral once heard that eyes are the windows to the soul, but he didn't see a soul there. Still, he felt like he was being watched. Kex remembered how Giselle screamed, how he kept her alive for weeks after he cut off the rotten meat. There were only 2 cryo units, Keck said. Son, what are you talking about? Keck smiled. It's cheaper than refrigeration, keeping her alive. The Admiral stepped back. Next to Keck's were 7 empty plates from the cafeteria, licked clean. You were right, Dad. I do have killer instinct. Kex made it back, but he didn't come home the same. He survived. But what did he become? Do you think you could eat people to survive? What do you think the creatures are? Thanks for watching. Bye.